folks wanted me to go to Hope College in Holland, so I did. Eventually I met Dorothy.
We were in a sociology class together.
I noticed Dorothy because she was a very popular gal at school, and she was sitting right behind me. I always have a peppermint in my pocket. I thought, gee, I could give her a peppermint. So I reached in my pocket and I put a peppermint in her hand, and she kind of took it. And
A linty pocket one.
Anyway, so we thought, well, that's kind of cool, an introduction. And so that's really the beginning of life together. Approximately a year after we were married, I was drafted into the Army. In the meantime, Dorothy was pregnant and was expecting our firstborn. As it turned out, God blessed us in many ways during these few months leading up to this event. I was delayed in going overseas. During that time, Dorothy's mother had been ill and her father had been very ill, and this was a really horrible time in our life. Her father had passed away and she had a new baby, and here I was going overseas. And Dorothy had the responsibility to take all of that on herself. That was a very trying time in our lifetime, and I can't even realize how hard that was for her in those early days of our marriage. Our 60th was last July 8th. When we entered the marriage, we committed before God that we would honor one another in marriage, and we took that seriously. And so, as a tribute to God, we've enjoyed our marriage and thank Him for these many years and for a wonderful family that He's blessed us with, and so it makes it easier.
Well, on the 24th of August, our oldest daughter collapsed, not breathing. She went to the hospital and they tried to keep her alive with mechanics, but it didn't work, and so she passed away. And to this day, I cannot believe that she is gone. I expect her to come knocking at the door and say, "The joke's over, here I am." But we keep thinking that she's with God, and she had a best Christmas ever.
So that was a very, very difficult time in our lives, and one which we had to really rely on our family and our friends. I just feel blessed to have Dorothy and have her companionship and love throughout all this. I would hate to think of me having gone through this by myself. It's just been a real comfort.
I did everything for you. I did everything for you.
I would say, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought to think, and try to endeavor to see the best in your spouse. And it's worked for us, and I think if you're sincere and you have God's best interest in your foundations of your marriage, keep that in the utmost, that it will carry through and you'll have a successful marriage.